It's Scholten who could have won it in, I think, 13 darts, and in fact he lost it in the end in 18 or thereabouts.
And Chris Mason, one always suspects,
82.
is a much more successful front runner than chaser. If he loses 2 or 3 legs, his head tends to droop, and his body language isn't encouraging
36.
nor positive.
In fact, Mason hitting that double first start, a 19-darter, and not the greatest of starts by either player. But Mason pitching the leg and therefore able now to settle down, knowing he's got that vital break so early in the game.
Yes, Roland will not be enraptured by that opening leg. Starting with 180 with the darts, really
60.
should have dominated it. And 6 darts at a double to allow his rival really out of jail. And Mason seemed to have a new purpose now.
177.
Well, it doesn't count as a maximum, but it's as good as, isn't it? 2 treble 20s, treble 19, 142 left after just 9 darts. Boot on
60.
the other foot now. It's Mason who's got to lose the leg, as Scholten did before, Dave.
1-4-2, the shot. Scholten's a long way back, as you can see from that caption.
54.
Well, Scholten's hit the 180 that we've had in the match so far, the very first 3 darts of the contest. But his average is miserly 74.10. Whereas Mason looking for treble 16 double
48.
top there, in the end settling for 48, and I suspect he went that way because of the comfortable lead he has.
But Scholten making inroads now.
180.
The effort may have come too late, because Mason with this start can make it 2-zip. And Mason's finishing power is carrying him forward at this moment. And Roland Scholten suddenly finds himself 2 down and on the back foot.
Well, one famous character in this great game once said, 180s for show, doubles for dough.
41.
And this game so far epitomises that, because 2 180s, 1 in each leg from Scholten. But it's Mason who leads 2-0. He's the man who's hit those 2 doubles.
100.
Yes, that's a very fair piece of darting folklore, but it equally should be said, if you don't hit a few 180s and 100s, you don't get down to doubles for the dough.
Well, yes, you'd still rather have both.
60.
And more often than not, the man who hits the 180 is first to the double.
Mason looking good, and when he's in this kind of mood, he can play quite fluently and quite beautifully.
100.
There's the release, you can see, gets his head just an infinitesimal movement. But this is Scholten's trademark.
140.
Hammering the treble 20s, and that's his release. You can see he keeps his head sphinx-like still.
You know, Dave, Mason has a
100.
pretty good record here at Blackpool. He was a semi-finalist, as we said earlier, in 1998. A quarter-finalist the following year, lost to Phil Taylor. A quarter-finalist in 2002 when he lost to Phil Taylor, when there was that famous live £100,000 9-darter 5 years ago. Doesn't time fly? And a quarter-finalist last year when he lost to James Wade in a 16-4, I have to say, but he's got a pretty good record.
Double top now for Scholten.
80. British require 141.
Now then, 141 from Mason to make it 3-0. Cannot be done now. Surely Scholten won't let this one slip.
59.
Well, he allowed the first leg to slip away, but now double top to open his account in Blackpool 2007. Now double 10. Fives, time getting short, time running out.
In charge in the 3rd leg, Roland Scholten.
Well, time might have been running out, but
first. Game on.
he put a stop to the flow of legs that Mason might have put together and run away with them like a centipede from
60.
his opponent. But 2-1 it is, and still very much game on, though. That vital break that Mason had from the very first leg still keeping him ahead.
60.
Packed audience here. Really first night crowds we're getting now that were only those.
123.
Snooker referee Jan Bahas, and enjoying the darts. Wonder what he thinks of our wonderful, wonderful game. Well, he wouldn't think too
60.
much of it if he or he would. Obviously, the fact he's here means that he thinks a lot of it, is what I'm trying to say.
So many folk, of course, consider darts and snooker to be sister sports.
100.
But I certainly think we can claim in darts now that our crowds are much bigger, more enthusiastic and healthier.
100.
A third 180 from Mr. Scholten.
That is the Scholten signature shot. He's a specialist at maximums. And if he can get in that groove, then this match will soon be back on level terms.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave, so many of the snooker fraternity tune into the darts.
100.
And one of its greatest fans, of course, is Ronnie O'Sullivan, who loves to watch the arrow flinging. Sure you're watching now, Ronnie. Hope you're enjoying
98. Roland, you require 101.
Can't imagine Ronnie O'Sullivan will be watching songs of praise.
93.
So,
Chris
Mason
requires 76.
76 for 3-1. 71. He may go treble 13. Gets it. Double 16. Lovely, lovely check out from Mason. First start, unimpressive. Next two, spot on. 3-1 to Mace the ace.
And that's the dart that propelled Chris Mason into a 3-1 lead, and that's twice he has picked his pocket
140
and stolen the leg when Scholten has had an opportunity to kill it out.
Well, Dave, if you're going to win on the hockey, you've got to pick a pocket or two, mate.
140.
And Mason's done just that. 3-1 up. And do you know what? Scholten has hit 3 180s. One in the first leg, one in the second, one in the fourth, and he's lost 95. All of those legs.
And the reason is that he's hit 1 out of 11, 9% checkout success rate, and that is little short of disastrous.
140.
Yes, of course, we remember Mason on the wrong end of Phil Taylor's memorable first
96.
live 9-dart finish here at the Winter Gardens. Of course, he's done it, what, 4 times since then. In fact, the Stan James, the bookmakers, only given 6-1 on a 9-dart finish in this championship, whereas 46. When they first did it, it was what, 50-1.
Oh, it was indeed.
We need a new holy grail in darts.
It's still as difficult as it ever was.
98.
So Scholten goes down to 72, and another leg for Mason to pinch should Scholten miss the opportunity. Put himself in contention here.
Yes.
100.
Scholten's got to polish up his finishing.
72.
72 the shot. Treble 12. Oh, 20 for double 16. Double 16 to make it 3-2 at the break.
Shot to the fifth leg.
So at
Roland
the break,
Scholten.
it's Scholten who trails 3-2. He needed that leg though. He needed that double. He got it, and the crowd know it's still very, very much game on here at Blackpool.